Let's see. Let's see. Uh, let's see. Are we here? Testing, testing. Alrighty. Let's see. Here again. We're alive. Yay! Yay, we're alive. We're good. Okay, Roots was able to fix it. I don't quite know what happened. I guess I was pixely. My bad. I didn't mean to look pixely. Sometimes it just happens. Alrighty. Is the audio and everything okay? Hopefully it is. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna go update the Discord. Mic can be louder. Okay. Testing. It's already set pretty high. Maybe I was just further away from it. I might have just been far away from it. Testing. Alrighty. Yeah. That was a little funny, huh? I guess I looked like really pixelated. I guess I looked really silly. Alrighty. We already had some people in before. Hello. You didn't see anything earlier. Do I look better now? Do I look less pixely? Does everything look better? Don't drop your mic today. Good news. So I told Roots, before you saw all the pixeliness, that I'm like, oh, everyone in chat's getting upset. They're hearing me drop my mic a lot. It keeps falling on its 3 legs. And we moved the wires around a bit to not tug it forward as much. So hopefully it won't drop as much anymore. That's what I'm hoping. So, if it does fall, maybe it will fall a different way. Wires. Yeah. It's one of the things that we had in abundance when we were getting all the tools and stuff out of the abandoned Best Buy trash. There was a lot of wires. I don't know what all the wires were for, but we duct taped them together. And now it all works. Falls on keyboard and end stream. Please don't. Please no. We already restarted the stream. That's it. No more tech issues today. No more. I don't want it. Oh my goodness. That would be bad. But yeah, so Roots just fixed the tech issues. I guess there was some uploading issue. I looked pixely. And hopefully we fixed the mic falling down issue. That's what I'm hopeful for. But yeah, hello and welcome, and everything's really nice and cozy. I actually have hot chocolate. Roots helped make me some hot chocolate, so I get to sip on some hot chocolate. The computer desk is really crowded now though because of that. So I Roots told me to make sure I don't spill the hot cocoa on the keyboard. One of my 3 keyboards and my 3 monitors and the 2 mouses and the 2 microphones and the camera and the headgear. I can't spill the hot cocoa in any of it. So yeah, how are we all doing tonight? Yummers, yeah. Oh, I think you could probably hear me stirring my cocoa over there. Do we all have warm, comfy drinks? It's getting cold. Finally cold down here in the south in Florida. It's the first, like, oh, it's a chilly day. It's really nice. I thought today we could continue, if everyone wants to, we could continue writing and working on our script for the 3 episodes. But I also know you guys have been sitting and chatting with me for a couple days, like back to back. You know, and we've been working on the same kind of story in the same world, and that might be boring. And I wanted to see if you guys wanted to work on something else today. That's why I have the new page up. And if we don't want to do the new project, I had the script up here still. See? So we can always go back to it. But I think there were some more projects that you guys were interested in. I heard tell that there's stuff on a Google Doc that one of my raccoons shared in the Discord. That's like a funny story with the lamb deer and a raccoon and a fox. Maybe we could work on that. Or there was what else was it? Some people might have put submissions so we can review stuff. I guess there's a whole Reddit. There's a Reddit page. I haven't done much Reddit where people post like short little excerpts for critique. So they're asking for critique in the Reddit page, and maybe we could go through it all together, and we could hear feedback, and I could give some feedback, and you guys could look at it too, and we could give critique together, and just have nice little background audio of me yapping. I wish I could have some hot chocolate, but my stomach wants to make me vomit the whole day so far. Oh, that's so rough. Maybe have the new project as a warm-up, like the daily warm-up. Oh, like a daily warm-up. That would be good. I'm sorry your tummy's not feeling good, though. That's... No one likes tummy issues. That's always sad. Oh my goodness. Reddit is kind of weird, in my opinion. You have some freaks on there, but it's like the holy grail when Google can't answer your question. Yeah, we weren't gonna like search things. We weren't gonna ask other people for it. I guess there's like, it's like a subreddit, and people post their writing there, so it's just like post after post of people's writing, and they're asking for critique in it. So it's not like we're doing critique when people don't want you to, because that's rude. You shouldn't do critiques if people don't want your critiques. But they're like asking for a critique in this subreddit. And I was like, oh, maybe I could go through this and read some of it, and it would be like story time, right? We're just getting different story times from this Reddit. And we can talk about different critiques, different ways they could improve their writing. Just to give you guys all ideas of what you might want to need. It was an idea. I don't really know yet. I do know. I'm gonna have another sippy real quick. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Yeah. But that was some of the different ideas. And I hope everyone in the Discord could tell that we're starting the stream for real now. I had to keep letting people know, like, oh, we started stream. And then immediately I had to be like, oh no, never mind, we're starting the stream. And then we came back up and I'm like, we're streaming again. It would have just been better if I waited a minute. Then you guys wouldn't have had all those alerts. Oh well. But we're saying a warm-up. Warm-up, maybe. So let's try that. Writing warm-up. I'm gonna move my hot cocoa out of the way, because I don't want to spill it. I don't want to spill my hot cocoa. I'll be really embarrassed. So let's see. I feel now that we moved the mic, it's a little further away. Maybe that's why. Hold on. I'm moving the microphone. Maybe now I'm a little bit louder. Fix my tracking. I had this idea of showing different ways when the story beat is too long on a certain spot that you don't want it to be on. I mentioned it before. I call it the grocery store analogy. When you write a whole lot of details about your character going shopping and what they get at the grocery store and how they ask for help and what's on the top shelf and what do they need for dinner, and oh, they forgot something, and oh, there's a sale, and it's like a YA like fantasy, and it's like, wait, this is a YA fantasy. It's an epic fantasy battle with dragons. Why did we spend pages describing the grocery store? The grocery store doesn't help our plot. And if it does, it's still not like the most interesting bit. So it could be quicker. We could do it as like a one-off line if the grocery store shopping was important. But we don't need to spend pages and pages on it. So I thought, let's go like this. I'm gonna go. Alice came back from the grocery store. Your husband is still dead. All right, that's the thing. So let's say there's this story, and we'll have what will be a good thing for it? A short story about living life, about dealing with life right after dealing with life through grief and hard times. Oh, gee, I didn't want that. What? I didn't want it to be bold. Okay, but I guess it's bold now. I don't like all these shortcuts it's trying to do. So let's say we had a short story about dealing with life through grief and hard times, about getting hard news. So in this case, Alice just, we spend like the previous pages talking about how Alice just got the news that her husband passed away, right? That's something she just happened. It just happened on the page before. She just got the news. It was scenes about that, about the disbelief about what she does. And then the next page, right, boom, Alice came back from the grocery store and her husband was still dead. That would be the line I would do in that next scene, right? But I think some people, let's go like this is my good idea. A brief mention of grocery store. Right? Now, that idea with very, very, very long, detailed description of the grocery store shopping. Right? So in the one, we have all these pages, like, she just got the bad news of, like, oh, her husband's passed away, and she's still, there's still things to do with the day-to-day life, right? And she's kind of in shock, and she's dealing with this. And our opening line then for the next page is, Alice came back from the grocery store, and her husband was still dead. That's how we started. That's how we start, right? That's what's happening. I think sometimes as writers, what happens, a very common error that happens, is then it's, Alice went to the grocery store. She needed to pick up ingredients for dinner and more staple products for the house. Maybe try to add some irony in this. Hey, this isn't like a serious thing. This is just the example. I kind of wanted to talk about, if you ever hear me in past streams and future streams where I'm like, hey, you're talking too much about the grocery store. And the story's not about the grocery store. This is what I mean. In my head, I've seen examples like this where I'm like, okay, the person starts with, the character wakes up one day, then they go to school, and they're wearing their green sneakers, and they go to these classes, and then they get this homework, and then this teacher said this, and then their friend said that, and then they get home, and then they do their homework, and then they take a shower, and then the cool magical fantasy stuff happens. And it's like, honey, you know, all peace and love and joy and all, but I think you should have started the story with the cool fantasy magic stuff that happened. I don't think needing to talk about waking up and going to school and your sneakers and your classes and what the teacher's homework was, that wasn't part of the story. And sometimes writers will then argue back like, no, but it happened. It's that's what happened in her day. Like that happened though. And I'm like, yeah, it did happen, but that doesn't mean you have to write about it. You know? And you could do it more productively rather than lining that all out. You could instead say, after a day of school, while my main character was relaxing and after a shower, then this cool epic fantasy magic stuff happened. Right? Even that's more brief. That's more to the point. You didn't spend like pages and pages and pages of like explaining the school life, of explaining the grocery store, of doing whatever the boring mundane thing is. We don't want the boring mundane thing as readers. We want whatever the cool thing is about your story. If it's about characters being a serial killer, we want to get to the serial killer part. If it's about them falling down the rabbit hole, right? We want to hear like, oh my god, right? They were at this party and then a rabbit hole like just opened up in the ground and they fell through the rabbit hole. If they get abducted by aliens, I don't want to read a whole chapter about the everyday life they had on the farm before that. I want like maybe a little intro, and I want to be starting with them being abducted by aliens. That's the cool bit. That's the cool stuff that's happening in your story. And sometimes writers, sometimes you try to include every single bit of the grocery store run, and that's not the fun part. And we can kind of see it here, like right here in this version. The only mention of the grocery store, it's not even a full sentence. It's part of a sentence. It's Alice came back from the grocery store and her husband was still dead. She put the groceries away. Enough food for two. Yeah, you see what I mean? Like, now I can talk about this stuff because if the point is, hey, Alice's husband is dead, this stuff, every single line here, has to do with her husband's dead, right? She's putting away the groceries. It's enough food for two. That now makes sense here. But it's a little pop-up. Hopefully it's not important. Gotta look at my other screen. Get out of here. Okay. And some writers don't want that nice little short line. Oh, I only need to mention the grocery store. And it's in a cool way, and it's in relation to her husband being dead, right? I need to fully detail out Alice went to the grocery store. She needed to pick up ingredients for dinner. There was sale on milk products, but not her favorite brand of milk. Store clerk is too short to grab the... What's something up high? I'm short, I should know this. I go to grocery stores all the time and stuff is too high for me. Grab the sparkling water on the top shelf. So he needed to run and grab a ladder. The checkout line was long. The register froze for 2 minutes. Midway through. You see what I mean? Like, this stuff isn't the fun stuff. The bagging her groceries went fast, and when she got in the car, she double-checked she had enough gas. Like, this isn't the good stuff. Some writers try to add these details, and it's not. This isn't what your story's about. Your story is about the grief. The grief of, hey, she just got this bad news, and now she's trying to do these everyday tasks she needs to do, and oh my god, she's still in shock. Like, she keeps thinking, oh wait, my husband's dead. So this first one, Alice came back from the grocery store, and her husband was still dead. She put the groceries away, enough food for two. That's a better opening than Alice went to the grocery store. She needed to pick up ingredients for dinner, more stupid product. She had sparkling water on the top shelf. The register froze for 2 minutes. This is so much. Double checked. Enough gas. Too boring without something wrong. Details. Readers don't care about this. Kind of locked in on the lab report I had to finish. Zoned out. Yeah, see, you even zoned out. You zoned out of this. This isn't fun stuff. And I think as writers, sometimes we have to honestly look back at what we wrote. We have to look back on our paragraphs. We have to look back on our scenes. And we have to say, what was the point of each scene that I did? What is my purpose? If my purpose is, hey, I want to highlight stuff on how Alice is grieving, and every single normal thing she does is then offset by the fact that it's not normal. Her husband has just died. This is all I need. That's all I need from that whole encounter. And everyone will be like, no, but she got milk. It was on sale. And I'm like, that's not part of your story. That does not help tell the grief that happens after losing a loved one. you start the story here. You don't need to start the story here. You don't need all this stuff. And I know, I just wanted to talk about that for a little bit. So thanks for listening to me yap about it. I'm gonna have another sippy of my cocoa real quick. Hold on. Oh my goodness. That's really good. And let's see. What's some other stuff we're working on? Do we want to try looking at the Reddit stories? I would like to see it. Maybe we could give feedback and critique and have story time. I think the story time segment's my favorite part of this. So let's see. Reddit asking for critique. Feedback on writing. Let's see. It was... But yeah, I really like the story time. The story times when I get to read what other people are looking at and working on, it's r/writing critiques. That's what it's called. /writing critique. And then I think if I move this all over here, let's see. I don't think this shows any information. So then if I wanted to, I can then have this up. If I go over to OBS, I should be able to screen share this instead. Okay, I'll be able to choose this. Maybe it's this OBS. I have 2 different OBSs for everyone. I have my 3 monitors, my 3 keyboards. I have a lot of stuff. Window capture. There we go. Think it should pop up for you guys now? There we go. We have our writing critiques. So let's do this. So these are people. Oh my goodness. Get out of here. I don't want these ads. I don't want these ads. Come on. I want my lo-fi beats. How do all the other streamers do this? Oh my god. It's 2 ads. I don't want 2 ads. I know some people already had to watch ads just to listen to your favorite streamers, right? And then sometimes if your streamers have ads, that just can't be fun. I'm gonna restart this. There we go. Alrighty. We have our music replaying. We are all good. Fresh start. But yeah, I wanted to have story times, and I found that there's this Reddit group, I guess. And they post their stuff up, and they're asking for critique, right? And that's the big thing. You don't want to critique anybody if that's not what they're asking for. And this is a particular place for critique, so I figured it would be okay for us to read through it as story time and talk about it and yap about what I would offer as advice. Hey, hello Ink and Play, welcome. You're just here in time. I found this Reddit thread where we could read stories for story time. I'm excited. Okay. Let's see. Thoughts? Maybe this one? This one was 11 days ago. Do you guys want to listen to the lo-fi beats while I talk? Or is it like distracting? Should I stop the lo-fi beats? Let me know while I take another sip of cocoa. Oh my goodness. Hello, very decaffeinated. You have cocoa too? Yes. Tea couldn't have cocoa. They're not feeling good, but it's finally cold enough here that me and Roots were like, we're gonna have cocoa. And Roots was nice and made cocoa for me. So I'm super enjoying it. It's a little nerve-wracking. I'm really worried about spilling it on any of my 4 monitors. my 3 monitors. No, wait, don't quote me on that. I didn't mean to say 4. My 3 monitors, my 3 keyboards, the 2 mouses, the 2 microphones, the camera, and the headgear. That's all I have. I don't have 4 monitors yet. Chat, don't make fun of me. Don't say I have 4 monitors. But yeah, this is a writing critique, so people are posting stuff for critique. Should I write my book Fairy Core, or should I write ideas for the Cryptid Crew collab? You know, I want you to focus on your own stuff. If we do stuff as a collab, it's for funsies, right? But you as a writer, you should also be proud and focus, and I think like prioritize your own stuff. You know what I mean? Because then if that ever does see the light of day, like that's your own stuff you could do something with in the future. And I was telling everyone earlier, I'm like, oh, I was talking about it, right? I was like, oh, what should we do today? Should we keep working on our 3-episode script? I know we've been focusing on that in the last few days. Maybe you guys are tired of talking about witches with me. We could do I said someone posted the Google Doc in Discord with writing stuff. We could look at that. Or we could have the story time. And yeah, no one was here quite yet. We were still filling everything in. So I just figured we'd have story time. I really like reading everything other people write. And you know, yapping about it. So I thought this would be a nice chill way to have my cocoa. Oh, I would have voted for Google Docs. Well, that's okay. We can do a little bit of the Reddit critiques, right? I might just read a thing or two here. And then if I'm still feeling up for it, then yeah, we could look at the Google Doc. That'll be really exciting. I haven't taken a peek at it yet. I was so tired last night. I stayed up so late that I crashed right afterwards. I crashed as soon as the stream was done. But yeah. Okay. Is everyone ready for story time? This is our first one. Very first one. I was just asking, do people want me to turn off the lo-fi beats? I know maybe the lo-fi beats might be distracting while I'm reading. But just let me know. So, this person says it's 11 days ago. Oh my goodness. What are all these bots doing? Whoa, Roots! I didn't even have time to scroll over that yet. You were so fast. Roots is hitting stuff with like lightning bolts. They're the fastest mod in the West. We're in the East Coast, wait. Okay, so they said I've read only few novels, so they've only read a few novels, and I thought of writing a short story. Please take a look and give honest review. Okay. So here's our story time, everybody. It was raining incessantly, and to my perplexity, I couldn't decide whether to hasten home or sit in the library and wait. This is the first paragraph. It could change. When I read more, I might change my mind. But right away, I'm like, that's like 3 very big vocab words. The hasten home, perplexity, incessantly. And they don't seem to naturally fit there. I'm not quite sure. Maybe if we keep reading, the voice will come through and I'll be like, oh no, that makes sense for the voice. But right now, this doesn't seem to fit naturally into somebody's voice yet. So let's keep reading though. Or sit in the library and wait. The library itself gave the impression of an old man who had already lived a full and healthy life, and now continued to exist merely out of compulsion, waiting for death to come and take him into its fold. Okay, that's a good description. That's a good comparison. It might be a little too wordy for me, but I like the comparison. That is a good comparison. It was a district library, and as far as I could gather, it had been built around the colonial era, nearly 100 years ago. Yet I had never found anything within its walls dating back more than 65 years. The books on the shelves seemed abandoned rather than arranged. It was not to my amusement that one day, while exploring some old English novels, I found a pile of books glued together. The reason for their proximity being a filthy green fungus that had claimed them over the years. It would have taken a man immune to the charm of rusty old objects to part them, but I was not the one to undertake the noble task of liberation. Yeah, my first critique is this is the first 2 paragraphs, and it seems like there's a lot of words, a lot of higher vocab words that might be put in here for the sake of sounding fancy, but they're not naturally being used, right? This isn't a natural, good flowing rhythm to the words and to the sentences. And even this one sentence is a little clunky. What is it? It would have taken a man immune to the charm of rusty old objects to part them. But these books aren't even rusty. They're gooey from the fungus. And I don't know, it's a little funny. It's a little funny. So that I'm not going to go too much further with that one, because right there, I think this is going to be a pretty consistent thing, right? I think there's going to be maybe a lot of vocab to sound fancier, and it's really not helping your voice shine, right? It's just trying to sound fancier than is needed, right? This isn't a way someone normally talks. So let's go back. So that's my first thought with that one. Let's go. Let's see here. I don't want to do anything that have like a link. I don't want to click on any random links on Reddit. That doesn't sound good. I'm a new cryptid to the internet. Even that doesn't sound good to me. Let's see here. Okay. So I've changed. So almost done with my first chapter. This was 13 hours ago? Oh wow, this was just posted over there. This was just posted. Almost done with my first chapter. How is it so far? I changed a bit of the stuff thanks to the feedback from my first entry. Okay, so this is someone's like second entry. Okay, they've already posted earlier. They got some feedback. This is take 2. So we're actually going to see a second draft over here. That's pretty exciting. So let's see. This story began with 8. 8 what, you ask? Kids. But isn't that how every great tale begins? With kids? They weren't anything special, or at least that's how it started. By the end, though, they weren't kids anymore. And legends? Even that word wasn't enough to describe what they became. This is a lot of telling. This is a lot of telling me, like, oh, this is how the story begins. And I'm like, you could just begin the story, though. You know what I mean? I'm saying that by the end, there'll be these legends, and that legends isn't good enough. I'll know that as a reader once I get to the end. You know, if the story's strong enough, I'll know that. So I'm not quite sure this intro is needed for your story. If it's a really strong story, if something great, if there's this fantastic journey that these kids are going to go through, then I'll know it, right? Readers will talk about it afterwards. They'll be like, what a great book. They went on this fantastic journey. Yeah, I think it is a lot of telling. Yeah. You normally, like if you look at very historic things, there were some cases where you can tell. Like if you look at Shakespeare plays, if you look at technically Romeo and Juliet, right? Shakespeare in the beginning tells you what's going to happen, and he also tells you how it's going to end. He tells you from the beginning it's a tragedy. That was also arguably a master of his craft. He did a lot of it, and that was common for the time period. This time period, we don't really like that anymore. Modern readers don't like that. It's the hook that matters. Yeah. And you don't want your hook to be trying to tell readers what the beginning is. You could just begin, right? You could just begin. That's okay. So a boy who's, I think that's bow, like a bow and arrow. I think it's bow. A boy whose bow defied gravity. An elf capable of bending reality itself. A girl that swore she was raised by a dragon. That's just a taste of what's yet to come. Yeah, see, this is still just telling. Okay, maybe this is just like a little, like a blurb. So let's start here. Maybe this is at the actual beginning. We'll try this now. In his already tiny cell, a boy lay, his back to the cold stone floor. He stared upwards through a small hole in the ceiling, his right hand reaching for the stars, as if he could somehow reach them. That's a little funny. His eyes filled with hope. One day, he whispered, I will fly. This is better than up here. Up here, there's this little intro, and someone's trying to tell me what the beginning's about, and this isn't quite working for me. So is this part of starting with a kid in the cell, and that we don't know who this kid is, and for some reason they're in a jail cell and they're looking up, and there's this weird thing about them wanting to fly, right? That is technically interesting. I think it needs to be. I think we need to expand this a little bit, right? I think this is all you don't even give a full sentence to describing the jail cell. It's only part of a sentence. We have this boy. We don't quite know why we like him yet. We don't quite understand what his experiences are. We don't quite know why he's here. And I'm not sure if it's in a way that's interesting to readers or if it's in a way that's confusing to readers. We don't know what's happening yet. Because you can do so. You can leave interesting tidbits, and then the readers will be like, ooh, I don't know what that is. I don't know why this kid's in a jail cell. Let me keep reading to find out. Other times it's just a little confusing. Like, wait, I'm not interested by this. I'm just confused by it. And I think we might be leaning towards the more confused by it than the interesting bit. I have fly. Time for work, kid, a god barked as he unlocked the cell. My fingers hurt from this lab report. You're the bravest soldier. You're doing so good. I'm so proud of you for finishing boring homework. I'm so glad I'm not. I finished college a while ago. I don't have to do any of that stuff anymore. My homework and costuming too. Once you're done with your base, your core stuff, then it's just all the creative stuff. Oh yeah, your homework is, go sew a corset. Come back. I didn't have to like fill out lab report stuff. You might drop out of physics. It's cooking you. Oh, is it really that hard? I'm not quite sure how far you are into the semester. I think isn't it a thing where if it's really, really early in the semester, you can like drop out and it's not like a big deal. You'll just take it a different semester. But if you're really, really late into it, like if it's almost done, then you might... Sometimes it's better to toughen it out. I don't know. I think it just depends on how much... the timing of it, My tests are all 50% average, but my grade is somehow a B. That's good. That's good. You're like, oh no, these tests aren't good. But then like other stuff has like the homework, the probably participation grade. Sometimes the participation grade really helps you out. Sometimes it can really help you out. Attendance and participation grades help and buffer up and boost up your score. Ooh, that stuff is good. Lab report's holding my grade up like duct tape is holding all your stuff together. Banned. You're banned. Again. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna read too much more of this. We're just gonna read like little beginning snippets because the beginning. Someone said like that the hook is that matters. The beginning is really, it's gonna kind of show what the rest of it's gonna be like, and I feel like maybe you're still confused about where the beginning should be, about what, not you guys, but this Reddit user, right? I think you need to further work like, this is where my beginning is. I'm not going to have all this flowery stuff here in the beginning trying to convince readers to read my stuff. I'm just going to write a solid intro instead, right? And have more descriptions, bring that all out, put them into the scene of the jail cell, make it a little bit more interesting and purposeful. And I think right then, like, poof, the beginning will be a lot stronger, right? So we've done 2 right now. Do you want to just do one more? One more little story time? One more little beginning? Let's see. I'm in my research phase. Let's do this one. This was 1 month ago. This user posted it 1 month ago, okay? I'll read the whole beginning. They say, experimenting with different intros and pros. I would like to know how this sounds. 989 words, so less than 1,000 words. Thank you. Hey, I like how they said thank you. I'm gonna see if this is like different beginnings overall. No, I think it's just one beginning. Okay. That's what it looks like. So it starts, I was born 40 years after the first migration, when half the village finally trekked the world beyond the mountain to seek a permanent home. If you asked anyone today about our history, they'd probably start there. In reality, our pilgrimage began much earlier. Okay. Our planet was cruel in its best days, uninhabitable in its worst. Well, then how are you habitating it? Its proximity to its host star left few refugees against the intense heat, and a continuous solar flares meant no place remained safe for long. I wish I could tell you what life looked like back then, if only to paint a better picture. Are people waking to the sound of burning earth, scrambling for the nearest crevice to escape the flames, the air itself glowing like a burning kiln, so that you learn the difference between ordinary daylight and the kind that spelled death. And finally, after generations glued to the ground, someone dared to seek salvation skyward. Alrighty. I'm gonna look ahead here for a minute. So if we skip forward a little bit, they developed a flare calendar built to approximate the interval between solar flares, a tool used even today. Yet by far their most vital contribution was mapping the yearly migration of the iridescent clouds. I was 4 when my mother first told me of their importance. She lifted me onto her lap and pointed at a thick swirl of color, her voice hushed with wonder. This part here, we are 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our 5th paragraph, right? No, 4th paragraph. I can count. This is now when something happens. This is when something happens. Right? Now we have, okay, there's this mother holding a 4-year-old, showing them something important, something that they hold up and point at the sky, and her voice is hushed, and she's talking about these clouds. Now there's a character talking about the environment, doing that world building, do this character building. This is when something happened. This was a lot. This was 3 really big paragraphs, right? Really chunky paragraphs of a lore dump. It's kind of a lore dump here. And if you do a lore dump, I would definitely recommend not putting a lore dump as the intro. You know what I mean? You can maybe sneak some of the lore in, but then I think here, this is so much of a better intro of being 4 years old, your mother's picking you up, lifting you onto her lap and pointing at the clouds and explaining these clouds up there protect us against the giant ball of gas way, way above. They block the heat and the fire and are the only reason we can travel at all. Right, this is interesting. That's where you want to start. I think make this scene the beginning. That stuff. A lore dump's tricky, guys. A lore dump's really tricky to put anywhere in a story, especially in the beginning. This is risky. Loki might skip tomorrow because I really am not feeling good. I don't think I can finish this lab report. Hey, it's okay. I'd rather you take care of your health. I'm a little digital cryptid now. I'm your local cryptid on the internet. You can come see us any day. You're even in the Discord now. You know when I'll be streaming. You can join any day. If you don't feel good, just come back when you're feeling better, okay? I hope you feel better soon. Take care of you. Because I'm a pretty cool, I admit, but I don't think I'm cool enough that just watching me yap for a few hours will make you feel better. So yeah, if you need to take care of you, by all means, go ahead. But yeah, that was some little intro story times. If you guys are interested in that, maybe I'll do more of that in the future. If you guys want me to like read the full things rather than just the first few paragraphs, I could do that too. But really, the first few paragraphs, you can kind of already, if there's like some big glaring issues, you can kind of already tell from the beginning what the big glaring issues are. You know what I mean? So I'm going to get out of that. Maybe it's this. Oh, wait, I had to switch over my OBS. Hold on. Let's see. Is it gonna switch over? Why is my OBS not switching over? OBS, please. Okay, it's showing this. It's showing the lo-fi for ghosts. So then I should... OBS hates you. Please, no, I haven't done anything. Here's my little document. OBS. Okay, okay. Yeah, OBS, you just go there, and then we're going to... Please. Please, no, don't let me ask Roots for help. Please don't let me ask Roots for help. They already helped me so much today, please. I don't understand. I'm clicking it. I'm clicking the thingy. I am. You guys see the lo-fi for ghosts? I want that. Can I open up a new Google document? Let me see. Maybe it just needs a new one. Maybe it just doesn't like my old ones. I'm praying here. Google Docs. Blank document. Okay, new document. We're gonna start a new one. Oh my goodness. Let's page setup. Black. Okay, and then this is gonna be gray. And hi, Roots. You heard my tech support issues. See, it's here, and then it's not letting me click my Google Docs. It's not letting me. Is there a reason why it doesn't like me anymore? Okay, Roots is doing stuff. Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious?
I don't know why that works.
Okay, everybody, Roots fixed it. Thank you, Roots. Thank you, Roots, so much.
Love you guys.
Did you guys hear Roots? Oh my goodness. Yeah, it just banished you to the ghost realm? No. Yeah, Roots for the win. Roots for the win. The reason why I had to have a raccoon help me with this is because I knew I couldn't do it by myself. Okay, Roots is everything you see that does work every single day. That's because of Roots. I'm not gonna lie. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. If I do the... Oh, and then you can see it. Nice. You can see all my different documents. So, I do have the story we're working on. I do have my witch's script with the murders and the sacrifices. So what are we writing about? Hello. I remember you from yesterday. You just joined the last little end bit and you had to run. So that's what we're actually all deciding here. I was going to ask chat. We can continue writing the script for our 3 episodes and plodding along and figuring everything out and what's going to happen next with our murders and our witches and the sacrifices and all the cool things that's going to happen. We could... I heard in the Discord there was somebody posted a Google Doc with a more cute story, right? They wanted to show, do like this writing collab with me and you guys. And it has a lamb deer and a raccoon and a fox. And I think they're going to go on adventures. I'm not quite sure yet. I haven't even looked at the Google Doc yet. So if we do look at it, it will be our first time all together seeing it. I haven't seen it yet. I'll be going into it blind. And we could do that. Or if you guys don't want to just see me right over here on my screen, then we can look at a different project too. I know it's been a couple days back to back of the Witch's Sacrifice and the Witch of the Woods. Hello, and thank you. It's so nice to have you join our Cryptid cult. There's a Discord too, if you guys want to see little alerts. Loki, I heard you say Iron Man, and I started thinking of Iron Man by Black Sabbath. Did I say Iron Man? I don't think I did. Maybe I did, though. Roots, do you want to post the Discord link? Yeah. So for all our new little Cryptid cult members, if you do want to join a Discord and see me fail at running a Discord, because I don't really know how to Discord yet, you can join that. Just yesterday, I figured out how to post the GIFs. The GIFs, I post little raccoon GIFs as reactions sometimes. So I do that now. I figured out how to do that. There's raccoon emotes inside it too. Roots added those. I don't know how, but they did. I think it's just the power of being a raccoon. And you guys can post story submissions there. So if there's writing you want my feedback on, you can post no more than 3 pages at a time, please, just to keep it a little short. And we can have story time in the future. And we go on here and we just give you nice, friendly little advice on how to make the story the best possible way you could write it. You know, the best possible version you'd want it to be. I'm gonna have to add the link to Twitch soon. Oh, that's right, that's right. We can do links on Twitch. We have our links to our YouTubes. Yeah, I had to add it to I had to add the Discord soon. I forgot. I meant to do it before the stream started, but we had so much tech issues. Oh my goodness, it's funny. But yeah, we had a thing earlier. We had our writing warm-up. When will we get Twitch emotes? We won't get them until I'm an affiliate. Yeah, you can't. I don't think I can put Twitch emotes until I'm an affiliate. I think it's like they don't even let you add it until you get to that level. You know what I mean? I think I need to reach that. But I'm really, really close. It's exciting. I don't think I've even streamed for like 30 days yet. I don't even think I streamed for like maybe 15 days. And I'm already so close to affiliate. It's kind of crazy. I never expected a little cryptid who didn't know how to Twitch or how to Discord. Didn't know Discording, you know. It's so crazy. You guys are already here hanging out with me, listening to my stuff. But we did have our writing warm-up. Sometimes I just talk about different subjects you guys are interested in. Yeah, one more follower. Thank you guys so much. It's so good to have you. Thank you for joining the Cryptid cult. I hope you enjoy the calm vibes over here while we talk about not as calm stuff like murder. All in writing. It's all writing murder. Got peak writing skills to where you get more followers. All you guys ever see is me writing my plots in my outchat. What's not calming about murder? Yes. It's very calming. It's very calming. It's the best cozy stuff, you know. When you get your cup of cocoa, you get wrapped up in a blankie. You turn on some YouTube videos about like true crime that happened in your neighborhood. Oh, isn't that the coziest? I'm a Central Florida cryptid. So if you guys ever hear all the Florida man stories or the Florida woman stories, like, you guys are only ever hearing the tip of the iceberg. It's crazy down here. Y'all ever heard of Daniel Larson? His lore is crazy. I don't think so. I don't think I've heard of that. If it's anything too scary or anything too violent, maybe not have it in chat right now. Maybe we could have it on Discord. I tried talking a little bit more about serious subjects yesterday, as far as like real life serious subjects, and I did do it, and it was fun to talk about for a bit. But then when I was done streaming, I was like, you know what? I don't think that's the vibe of the stream. I think I do want to keep it more chill, more relaxed, because some of that stuff was like, you know, could get a little upsetting. It gets a little too real, and I think it's okay to have that really deep stuff, that thing in writing, if we're talking about writing, and to have that feedback and to go into those deep personal stories. I think that's fine. But then I was telling about like real world events and stuff that happened here, and crimes and different crazy people. I was like, oh, you know what? Actually, I don't think anyone like at that time in the stream, like, we were talking, we were engaged, but it wasn't comfy. You know, it wasn't the good vibes. I don't know how to explain him. He's not really bad, but it's kind of sad and funny on what he's done. Oh no. Yeah, just put it in the Discord. If you're ever unsure, it's still probably okay to put it in the Discord. You know what I mean? Like, the Discord that is like... Twitch probably can't yell at me about what's on Discord. At least I hope not. If they can, let me know. I thought it was like more calm over there. But yeah, and that's why I even said, like, you guys were having trouble like posting stories and posting longer stuff in chat here, but I guess on Discord it's a little easier. It's stuff like that, you know. If it's more serious, if it's more like a longer thing, if it's just something you don't want like live here on Twitch, and you just want like my feedback on it later, the Discord's, I think, gonna be like a really good place for that. I think that's how we're gonna organize it. And I'm gonna try. You guys are seeing me in my figuring out stuff stage, so you know, we're gonna be figuring out a lot of stuff together. He kind of doesn't understand the internet the best, so like people troll him by acting like the singer he loves, saying she wants to meet him. Oh, and then he actually believes it, then has breakdowns over it. Oh yeah, that could get kind of sad. That could get kind of sad. Yeah, so that's not like dark dark. That's not like dark. So like that was fine to talk about here. Yeah, you got it. You got it. But yeah, that is like a little sad. That's a little sad. Being messing with your health like that. Get what is it? Is it catfishing? Is that catfishing? The catfishing stuff? When you pretend to be somebody else online to trick people? I go sleep now. Good luck. Thanks, Roots. Oh no. Now chat's gonna be acting crazy. For all the new people in, Roots is my other half, and they're also the only mod here. They're the only thing holding everything together. And they're also known as Knitbone in the chat, right? Their username's Knitbone, but that's Roots. So now they are going to sleep because they're a responsible raccoon, and I'm gonna be over here streaming for who knows how long because I'm not responsible. But yeah, we had a good discussion earlier. You'll hear me mention stuff about in writing when writers focus too much on the grocery store. Right, the grocery store. And if you ever hear that, it's in reference to this. I made up this scenario, and it's a short story dealing with life through grief and hard times, right? So let's say Alice just heard, like a few hours ago, her husband passed away. And your short story is going to be about her doing her everyday daily life stuff, but then also, like, it's not really daily everyday life, is it, right? Because it's the life right after she got the news her husband passed away. It's all that. And so if we had all that, so if we had the before, the short story, with all that, we just got the scene before, right? The scene before in this imaginary short story is Alice getting the news from, like, a police officer. Her husband has passed away, right? If we just got that, scene ends, we turn the page. The next page, if we were being good and concise and focusing on what's important, focusing on the grief through everyday actions. Alice came back from the grocery store and her husband was still dead. She put the groceries away, enough food for two, right? That's the only part of the grocery store here is it's part of one sentence. It's part of a throwaway line. It's just enough to give context, but the important part is the grief, and that's and her husband was still dead. There was enough food for two, but there's not two of them anymore, right? That's fine. Some writers, yeah, from what I'm reading, the grocery store worker sounds like he's trying his best. All retail workers are, and I say that as a cryptid who has worked in retail. Here in Central Florida, I have worked retail. I've worked retail at multiple different jobs. I've been very good at it. I have been supervisors. I've had manager-like positions at different stores. I have been asked and pleaded with to stay at stores because I'm their best at customer service. Y'all, customer service is hard. Well, customer service isn't hard. People are hard. Humans are really, really hard. They're difficult. So yeah, Alice came back from the grocery store and her husband was still dead. That's fine. That's fine. You mentioned exactly enough of the grocery store you had to. It's just in passing, right? Some people, some writers, right, and we had this mistake. This is a very common mistake. If you have this mistake, don't feel bad. It's just important to be aware of it. That way you can get better at your writing craft. But some writers go, Alice went to the grocery store. She needed to pick up ingredients for dinner. There was a sale on milk products, but not her favorite brand of milk. Store clerk was too short. The checkout line was long. The register froze for 2 minutes midway through. Bagging the groceries went fast. She got in the car. She double-checked she had enough gas. Like, guys, I sped read half of that, and I think I already lost some of you. It's boring, and it has nothing to do with the main goal of the writing, which if the main goal is grief, the main goal is grief in everyday aspects. None of that was about grief. None of it was. So talk less about grocery shopping. Focus more on what's important. You know what I mean? That's a really important concept that I feel like sometimes writers struggle to juggle with. So let's see. He once threatened to BOMB, because I don't know if I can say that word, the FBI, because he was trying to be a rapper, and his producer held him back. So this online troll got him so riled up so badly that he had that bad of a breakdown. What? Oh my goodness, that is crazy. And of course he's in jail because he threatened the BLMB. Yeah, that's a crazy story. Maybe helping highlight where the husband's absence really is felt could settle the reality in more. Yeah. See, that's Ismore. She put the groceries away. Enough food for two. Right. So every time you focus on stuff, that's the emphasis. If the emphasis is the grief, the husband is gone. Those aspects. Both of these two sentences, right, have that. The first one, and her husband was dead. The second one, enough food for two. Both sentences there, and they're just two sentences, right? Both touch the grief. Both touch there is something not normal about this everyday life now, right? Here, we have this whole entire paragraph, and it doesn't touch on the grief. It doesn't do it yet. So she couldn't reach the top shelf, so she needed to talk to the worker. The milk brand she likes, he would always get. It isn't even sold in the store. It was a separate drive he would take to get her milk. Yeah. See, that's now you're thinking of that way. Okay, if the grocery store was important, if it was plot relevant, right? If you did want it as a tool to be like, yeah, now she's gonna go to the store. That's gonna be my whole scene. Is her in the grocery store alone, right? Let's say she always shopped with her husband. She never went to the grocery store alone. She always shopped with her husband. They went shopping together on every Tuesday or something, right? This is her first grocery shopping trip alone. Then yeah, you'll put those details in there. You'll put how she would normally just ask him to reach for the stuff on the top shelf. Now she needs to ask a store clerk. He'd always run and grab the bill. He always grabbed the coupons, right? She never had to grab the coupons. He did. And now she got to the register and she turned to ask him where the coupons were, and he wasn't there because he's dead. Now that's working for your plot, for your purpose of your short story, right? I say yours if I didn't make up this short story entirely. but yeah. And when we're looking at story submissions later and story times later, when you hear me talking about like, oh, this is really good prose writing, this is really good writing, you put a lot of really good words here, you put a lot of brain power in those words, but I don't think you need the scene, right? Sadly, even though you did a lot of pretty words, the entire scene needs to go because it's a grocery store and it's not relating to the plot, and right, it's not plot relevant, it's not what you're talking about, it doesn't have the grief elements in it, it's just distracting, it's taking the readers away. There are some scenes, even if you wrote them really, really good, sometimes you gotta get rid of them, you know? Look at the server. I'll look at it later. I'll look at it after stream. Oh my goodness. So that's one of the things when we over here. Let's see if I'm going to scroll really fast if you guys need to look away from the screen because I'm going to be scrolling. Okay, I'm going to scroll. I'll let you know when I'm done. But one of the parts was I have to justify everything in our 3-episode script, right? Everything here should either serve Studio Ghibli vibes or horror vibes, right? Because that was the point of this. Everything is the slow beats of Studio Ghibli, of the everyday life, of village life, of the joy of baking bread and opening shops and raising families and chasing after your kids and hanging out with your neighbors. It should be that for our hero, or it should be utter horror and gore and devastation and psychological breakdowns with the witches and what the familiars are doing to them. Every single scene has to be one of those. If there's ever a scene that is not furthering my purpose of Studio Ghibli vibes, or my purpose of how terrible these witches' lives are and how terrible the stuff they do to people is, then that scene doesn't need to happen. It is not serving the plot for me. That silly little emoji is so threatening. Hold on, my model's gonna break because I'm leaning forward. So if you guys ever post emojis in chat, it's on my 3rd monitor and it's the furthest away monitor. And for the eye tracking, for my model tracking, right there, I can't wear glasses. The glasses mess with the model tracking. So if you guys post the emojis, I had to lean forward and I had to get so close to the 3rd monitor, the camera can't track me anymore. So my model will glitch out if you guys put a lot of emojis in the chat. That's not a bad thing. I'm just letting you know if you see my model glitch out after seeing emoji. That's why I'm leaning forward to see what emoji you put. But alrighty, so let's see here. So, like our flashback, I'm scrolling again. See, I haven't told you it's safe yet. It's safe now. Very good, very good, very good. I stopped scrolling. We are in our flashback for our sacrificial witch, right? She's going to hear this lamb demonic familiar in the corpse of a lamb in the butcher shop her family runs. And it's going to start haunting her mind with voices and hundreds of voices from all the dead animals inside the shop, trying to compel her to do what the familiar wants, which is to do this contract, a sacrifice contract. So she gains her witchy powers and becomes the witch of sacrifice, right? That's what this familiar is trying to do. So if you look back at my goal, everything has to be Studio Ghibli vibes, or everything has to be spooky, and you have to lean into the spooky. You have to lean into, this is scary, this is disturbing. Disturbing stuff is going to happen. This is like, oh my god, you don't see this kind of spooky stuff in a Studio Ghibli movie. This scene with the voice of a corpse lamb talking to her head and compelling her to cut off her own arm, that's obviously the spooky vibes, right? That's the scary stuff. There was a brief moment when her parents call in the doctor because they're like, something's wrong, we don't know what. And could I as the writer include the parents calling in the doctor, going through town, finding somebody, walking back, then describing to him what's wrong, then they go up to her room, then they ask her questions and she explains stuff. No, why? Because that's boring. That stuff is now neither scary and it's also not Calm Studio Ghibli vibes, right? So where did I start with that? I started with, hey, the doctor's here. Her parents have already called the doctor. He's actively in the room. And he's going to be doing spooky, scary stuff. He's going to be doing medieval fantasy medical practices, right? And he's going to be doing like the bloodletting. He's going to be possibly tying her down and maybe even like having to slice her up a little bit to bloodlet. And she's going to be screaming. She's going to be panicking. This is scary to her. She's a little girl. So that scene will then really, really focus on those elements. But I didn't need to detract the audience away from that tension, from that horror, by following the parents out and talking about getting a doctor and going outside and getting the doctor and walking back. And would that stuff logically happen? Yes. Chronologically, that stuff would happen. I as the writer don't have to I don't have to make my readers go through that, though. That's silly. That's not the stuff the readers wanna see, or the viewers. This is for an animation, but you guys don't want to see that. So being very honest with yourself is every single sentence. If you're not quite hardcore enough to go through every sentence, is every paragraph, is every scene of your writing serving your purpose. And really sit down, what is the purpose of each scene? You know, if my purpose of the witch's sacrifice is, okay, I need her to chop off her arm, I need this lamb to drive her crazy, and I need her to get witchy powers to resurrect the lamb, right? Because it's a dead lamb, so she wants to resurrect it with her witchy powers. And everything's supposed to be spooky. Every single scene should be about that. Should be about either the backstory of immediately the important stuff, of her chopping off her arm and stuff. Good cozy vibes. I said this is a cozy channel. or I should show the promise of like, hey, this is really, really scary. Oh my god, I thought this is a Studio Ghibli theme thing. Oh my god, this is really spooky. She chopped her arm off. If it's not doing any of that, cut it. Get rid of it. Kill your darlings. You don't need them. You don't need them. Why did we leave off again? I think we actually have her murdering her parents right now. They're her first sacrifice. She just cut off her arm. So she has the witchy powers, and the witchy powers are that she kills some people, and then she has the power to heal others, right? But she needs to kill people first. It's a give and take. That's why she's the witch's sacrifice. She's sacrificing people for healing magic. So she's gonna be killing her parents as her first victims to bring back the sacrificial lamb because it's a corpse. So let's see. She stamps her father in the chest while he's hugging and trying to help her because her father's just come in and she's bleeding and she's screaming and he's just come in and her arm's chopped off, right? He's like, oh, he's so worried about his little girl. He comes in to hug her and check what's wrong. She's gonna stab him, right? There'll be a for the slower tension scenes. I was making a note here. That's what I was doing before we stopped stream last time. I want the camera to, in the moment, as the audience realizes what she did. We talk a lot about story beats sometimes. I mentioned, if you guys would rather hear me yapping than typing, I mentioned there is a difference in story beats, how much emphasis you put on stuff. The longer you write about something, the more paragraphs, the longer your audience is in that moment. If you write a quick half a sentence mentioning, oh, Alice went to the grocery store, right? That's just in passing. You didn't waste your reader's time. If you spent paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs, you wasted the reader's time and you bored them, because that was a really long moment. That was a long beat to be in the grocery store. That wasn't important, right? And here, what's so unique about Studio Ghibli movies, if you ever watch them, is they have very long romanticized beats, right? They spend those extra seconds, they spend that time and the camera angle and the music and the scenery over and over and over again throughout the whole movie, throughout the whole thing, beginning to end, romanticizing everyday small things. It's these extra beats, it's these extra breaths. I think Miyazaki actually says that it's like breathing. It's taking that moment to breathe in the small joys of life. So we have Kiki laying in the grass and looking at the clouds, and it's not a quick scene. There's not immediately something happening. It's a look at her laying in the grass. Here's what the sky looks like that she's looking to. Here's the radio she's listening to. Here's the wind blowing by. Oh, okay, now here's something. But we have a few moments in that second with her, in that living that life, that experience of laying on a hill and sky gazing. We have, what is it, in I think still in Kiki's delivery service, right? We have her traveling and hitchhiking with and going through the forest and seeing the crows and seeing painting and taking time. The Cat's Returns, there's smaller moments of her enjoying food. Studio Ghibli's famous for the characters taking the moment and showing how good food looks, right? How good it is to eat that food, how good it is to hold that food and share that food with people around you, right? Studio Ghibli takes those moments, and because they're in those moments, what happens? The more time you spend on something, that defines the beat, that defines what your story feels like. So if you spend a long moment in relaxation, in the comfort of food, in the comfort of that, you have a very nostalgic, timeless piece. That's why Studio Ghibli works. If you look at more American media, right, we don't have those slow beats. We don't have it a lot. Some of the few media that has slow beats is actually horror. It's normally gothic horror, and I say maybe a little bit psychological horror. Sometimes suspense has it. Suspense has really slow beats. Those genres. I wouldn't say like a slasher. A slasher doesn't have those beats. Slasher's very, very quick beats. But gothic horror and suspense have slow beats where you're supposed to stay in the moment. Right? You very rarely in suspense will write just one sentence. Oh, did I have... Hello, thank you for joining the Cryptid cult. Did we reach... Oh my goodness. Did we reach our goal? That was our first ever goal. It's so exciting. Thank you. That was our final thing for our goal. That's so amazing. That's so exciting, you guys. Does this mean... Is Cryptid gonna be an affiliate tomorrow? Maybe. I don't know how fast this goes. Is it like instant? I don't really know. But yeah, I told everyone once we reach affiliate, I would start working on a cool emote. And you guys get to just decide what it is. So if you guys are in the Discord, you actually get to talk about what you want the first emote to be. It could be something with a raccoon or a cryptid. It could be cheering. It could be a raccoon writing down really, really fast. It could be Mothman saying hello. You know, whatever ideas you guys have. I said you guys can write it in Discord, and I would consider it for the first emote once we're affiliate. I think I'm trying to act really calm, but I'm actually not really calm as that. Was that actually us reaching affiliate? Oh my goodness. That's really something if it is. That's so exciting. Um, what was I saying? The story beats. Yeah, you guys don't want to hear me freaking out. You guys want to hear about story beats. Um, for story beats, for suspense and thriller, you very rarely have just a, oh, she heard something down the hallway, she investigated it, it was spooky, it said boo. Right? That's really, really short and too quick. And that doesn't build suspense, right? Because you're not in the moment long enough. You're not writing the paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs, putting you in that moment of suspense. You can't just write one sentence and then it be done. That's silly. That's too fast. So suspense, gothic horror, Studio Ghibli beats, they both are slow. They take that time. If you think of suspense, that is, you heard something, you heard a creak in the house. You ignored it at first, but then you realized, hey, wait, you were supposed to be home alone. There's no animals in here. There's nobody else at home. Who could it be? You pause and you listen to it for a second. You stop. You hold your breath, and then you hear it again, and it's just one footstep pace closer to reaching your side of the house. You peek your head out, but you look around the corner. You can't quite see it yet. It's around another corner. You stay really, really quiet. You're still trying to think frantically through your mind, like, is there anybody else in the house? Could it be anyone else? Could anyone else have a key? Could it be anything that you know of? Why, if it was somebody new, why haven't they announced themselves? You try to be really, really quiet as you tiptoe. You try to walk on the quieter side of the floorboards, because whatever it is, you don't want it to know that you're approaching now. You're getting closer and closer to that turn where whenever you look forward around that corner, something is going to be there. You don't know what, but it's something. And then as you approach it, you're still holding your breath, but you hear breathing, and you realize there's something breathing just on the other side of the corner from you. Do you see how many more sentences that was? Do you see how much longer you have to write that? And now you're building up suspense, because you as a listener, you as a reader, you as somebody watching a movie, were physically in that moment for longer. The beat was longer. So you really want to emphasize the beats if the message is important. If it's suspense, you want to emphasize the suspenseful bits. If it's a romance, what do? You put a lot of emphasis on the kisses, right? If someone has a first kiss in a romance book, you might spend a few paragraphs staying in what happened with the kiss, and how that first kiss felt like, and if you felt like nervous or embarrassed afterwards, what else has it? If you're writing an adrenaline action scene, and then there's the view afterwards, right? Somebody recovering after a big fight scene, and the adrenaline's fading away, and then they realize, oh, they actually got stabbed. They didn't realize it in the moment, but there's the shock setting in. They got stabbed. They're bleeding out. Oh no. You might spend the extra moments, the extra paragraphs writing about them methodically, like, oh, like, that's adrenaline. I have to stop the bleeding. I have to do this. What if the person who stabbed me is still after me? Can I tie this off? Is this infected? Am I stabbed anywhere else? Is the pain starting to set in? What does the pain feel like? Right now, you had to describe that, because that's like a big thing, right? That's a really big impact to actually have your hero be stabbed after a fight scene. What are they gonna do? That's a cool thing. Your readers wanna read that, so you'll spend more physical time there. You'll make that beat longer. But if it's a grocery store, it's just a one-off sentence. Don't stay in it, please. Someone's gonna be like a really, really, really smart and tell me like, oh no, here's this great time that someone wrote a grocery shopping experience and it was the greatest thing ever. And I'm like, okay, yeah, it's probably been done once or twice before. But in general, don't spend all your writing power writing the unimportant stuff. Spend all your writing power writing about the cool stuff, about the cool beats, about the stuff that's important to the character of your story, about the stuff that's important to your characters. That's what you want. And and did I actually like reach affiliate? Sorry, I'm still stuck on that. Let me. Can I look around Twitch without it messing with the stream? Everyone, Let me know. Let me know if this is gonna mess with stuff. I'm gonna maybe go. I think I can do this. Here? Yeah, okay, it says I'm live still. And, maybe it hasn't updated yet. It still says I've only met 3 out of the 4 requirements. That I've only have 22 followers, even though my account says I have 25. Does it just take a while to update? Maybe it does. But yeah, it just says I have 22, but my channel says I have 25. Isn't that weird? Hopefully that didn't mess with the session at all, that I was moving around. Oh my goodness. Do we want to keep my lo-fi beats going? I can have it going again. Do we want to write a little bit more of our script now that I ranted enough about beats with Studio Ghibli and horror and romance and action and what kind of stuff you want to focus on? Oh, my cocoa's cold now, but it's still so good and chocolatey. Oh, it's so yummy. I really like that. Maybe I'll have more cold from now on. So, our witch has just stabbed her father, you know, an average Tuesday. The mom is going to scream and freak out and approach and kneel near them. And she's gonna push the daughter away. And like frantically, right? She's freaking out. She's freaking out. Like, oh my goodness. Her daughter's arm is just chopped off. She's just stabbed her husband. Everything's going wrong. What is happening, right? She's freaking out. So she's frantically going to begin checking on her husband. So that's going to happen. That's going to be our because when you're writing a scene, if you have more than one character in it, you need to keep track of what each character is doing. Because otherwise, if you don't mention them, but they're still in the scene, but you haven't mentioned them in a while, the reader gets confused about where they are in the story. Are they just floating in the background? Have they done anything? What's their opinion? It's like they suddenly turn ghost. It gets very awkward. Like, wait, we started this scene with 3 people. 2 of them are having an argument. What's character C doing in the background? Are they anxious that there's a fight? Are they on one team or the other? Did they leave? Did I just not read? Did I skip a line and they actually left the room? What's going on? What happened to character C? Because A and B have been fighting for 3 pages and I haven't heard anything from character C. You know what I mean? So you gotta keep track of your characters. So here, the dad reached her first and got stabbed. The mom is still there. She saw that her husband got stabbed. She's now running in too. Like right after this. This isn't like a lot of time to not focus on the mom, right? I'm keeping track of all of them. That's what I'm trying to say. In a very roundabout way, I'm trying to say, keep track of all your characters in your scene. If it's a very, very long scene, like if you're writing a really, really big group that's going on an epic adventure, like a Lord of the Rings style, right? Big group, lots of hobbits, lots of dwarves. There's Gandalf there too. They're going on this big quest, and you're like, wait. When was the last time I mentioned Gimli? When was the last time I mentioned, you know, the horses? What's going on here? Then that's when you might even want to write postcards for each character and like put them on a timeline and be like, oh, okay, here's when each one has an interaction or says something or does something. I need to make sure I don't forget any of my guys, right? I need to make sure I mention what Legolas did. I need to mention what Gimli thought of that. And if the hobbits are snickering in the background and trying to steal more food. And Gandalf is just looking away, trying to look wise and stuff. Right? You need to keep track of what all of those characters are doing in that scene. If you have a big cast, it gets really, really difficult. That's sometimes why the advice for newer writers is to have a smaller cast. Some new writers get really, really ambitious, and they want to have a cast of like 8, 12, you know, however many like main characters. Hello, Noxley! It's so good to see you. You missed me freaking out a little bit earlier. Oh my goodness. Um, I'm not quite sure if when I find out if I'm affiliate, because so we have some more followers today, right? Some more people followed us, which is really exciting, and I'm so happy they're part of the Cryptid cult. And it says like, oh, I reached 25 followers, and if I look up on top of my Twitch channel, it says, oh, I have 25 followers now. But if I go to the creator dashboard, it says I only have 22 followers. So I'm not quite sure if I'm affiliates, but as soon as I got that 25 and it was like this big thing on the screen that's like, oh, you passed your goal of 25 followers, I was like, am I an affiliate now? Am I a big kid? And I was trying to be like chill about it. I was trying to be cool in front of all the new people, and be like, oh, thank you so much. Yeah, that's so exciting. That's so good. We're just gonna keep going on. But every now and again, my brain would break, and I'd be like, am I affiliate now? You usually have to wait a few hours after stream finishes for it to update. Oh, okay. So that's why it's... So don't worry. Oh, thank you. I'm like, it says it on one page, but it doesn't on the other. So maybe Twitch just said it doesn't like blue cryptids and took away my followers. I don't know. But yeah, I was trying so hard to be like casual when I saw that achievement, that goal reached. I was like, oh, thank you for the follow. Thank you for joining Cryptid Cult. We're gonna keep talking about this stuff. And then, yeah, I would just like a few minutes later, unrelated, be like, am I an affiliate? Is this it now? So I don't think even my newest raccoons think I'm cool. I tried so hard to be cool. I don't think it worked. I think they all know. You guys know what you're signing up for. You know, you guys know you're signing up for my stuff. But, oh my goodness. It's just 25 and you're on 2. Oh, thank you for double checking. It just helps reassure me. It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh my goodness. The Cryptid crew is growing so fast. I have a confession. I still have not put my books back on. Noxley. Okay, real talk. Like, yeah, Lord knows I do cleaning projects like that too, and I don't get them done right away either. I would hope you're better than me, because that's not a very high bar. There's probably a lot of you who are better than me at organizing home stuff, at least. But yeah, don't take it too hard. Sometimes you only have spoons to take down the books one day, and then you have to wait another day to have the spoons to put the books back up. My rug is an obstacle course right now. Do you have any littles or pets that are that are struggling with the obstacle course? I found when I clean and I have all my stuff on the floor, because you know it has to be messier before it gets better, I can navigate my messes perfectly, and it's fine because I understand the system. I understand why my mess is like that, because I'm gonna put it all up in a certain way, then it's gonna get better, so it's fine. But everyone else in the household, cats included, all of the too many cats, are like, where's our floor? We're gonna keep running into stuff, we're gonna keep tripping. I don't let them in my room when I do stuff like this because they are menaces, so thankfully we're safe. Good. You're so smart. See, I knew you were smarter than me at this stuff. I tried to do that with a kitchen at one point, but it was a huge, massive project where I was like gonna move everything from the pantry to the shelves, and everything in the shelves was gonna go to the lower shelves, and the lower shelves were gonna go to this half of the pantry, and stuff on the counter was gonna go on the other half of the pantry, and then stuff from this shelf was gonna go on the counter. I was gonna rearrange a whole kitchen, every single cabinet, every single shelf, where the mugs, where the food, where the cans, where the everything. And I got to the point where everything was I got to the point where I made a big mess. I got to the point where I took everything off all the cabinets and all the shelving and all in the pantry and the counter. I got to the point where everything was a disaster, and then And then I got sick and I had health issues, and then like a week or so passed. So to their credit, the Cryptid family let me keep it like that for a week without making me feel bad. And then eventually they were like, actually, we can't keep living like this anymore. And Mama and Papa Cryptid put everything back. Oh my goodness. So yeah, don't be like me. I was really ambitious. I had a plan before my health got in the way. Well, yeah, don't ever. Well, low key, don't ever let a cryptid do your cleaning. There's stories where like little elves do it. Yeah, you guys have little like tinker elves with like a cobbler. You can let some of them do it. I'll be honest. Yeah, sometimes they're weird like that. Brownies sometimes do that. Some elves do that. Some different fey creatures. But cryptids, crypt, don't trust a cryptid with cleaning, cause we're not made for that kind of stuff. Okay, like I came from the swamps. I came from Massachusetts and then I came to Florida and then I grew up in the Florida swamps. And you think the swamps are that tidy? You think we have like organization in the swamps? No. No. You think Mothman's over there and he's like organizing a pile of leaves? No, he just lays on whatever branch looks comfiest at that hour. Like we're not good at cleaning. Hello, hello. I did order the Count of Monte Cristo today too. I kept seeing TikToks about it and I got influenced. Oh, TikTok's dangerous like that. TikTok, TikTok made, what is it called? TikTok made me do it? Yeah. TikTok made me do it whenever TikTok influences you to actually get something. Oh my goodness. Mama Cryptid gets influenced by TikTok a lot for buying stuff. I don't have enough. I'm still learning about human currency, so I don't I don't buy a lot of stuff for the TikToks, but Mama Cryptid sometimes really likes to get stuff off TikTok. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah, but if you guys, especially all the new people joining in, I hope you guys have some nice cocoa. Today's the first really chilly day in Central Florida. There was less hot days before, but now finally we have a chilly day. It's a little cold. We had to actually wear like an extra layer on top of our tank tops. Um, Still wearing tank tops, just wearing like a little light jacket over it. So it actually feels a little chilly. Some Floridians are thinking of turning on their heat tonight. Oh, it's so nice. It finally feels like fall, even though now we're in November. Florida's weird like that. And so I hope you guys are enjoying a nice cup of cocoa if you're able. I'm enjoying a cold cup of cocoa now. I've been streaming for over an hour. Um, I'm cuddled up in a blanket. I have a sheepskin beneath me to keep all nice and toasty. It's so nice. It really is. It's getting that colder weather time. As long as like you don't have health problems with like joints, if you have like joints that hurt from the cold, that always sucks. That's always bad. But if you can enjoy the cold weather, oh, it's finally feeling nice and a little chilly here in Florida. I'm really excited. It's really good weather. When I go on walks now, I'm actually not all hot and sweating afterwards, right? I get to go on nice long walks and I still feel refreshed. It's enough of a brisk air that I'm like, oh, this is really nice and refreshing instead of the rest of the year when I'm like, I'm dying. It's so humid. The mosquitoes are trying to eat me. But yeah, Noxley and Spencer, if you guys are in the Discord, the Cryptid Discord, right? Roots dropped it earlier in the Twitch chat. Um, if we're reaching affiliates soon, I said everyone in Discord could tell me what they want the first Twitch emote to be. I'm gonna try and find an artist soon to make the first Twitch emote. So I said like it could either be like raccoons or cryptids, but other than that, it's whatever you guys feel like you want for Twitch chat when you guys are on my stream. It could be a raccoon saying hello. It could be Mothman writing away, like working really hard to write and get his word count in. It could be Nessie snoozing when you guys hear me yapping too long and you guys fall asleep. Right, but it could be raccoons or cryptids, and then just let me know what you want the emote to be. And then I'll look at Discord later when the stream's done, and I'm gonna get my first emote soon. Isn't that crazy? I feel so fancy. I want an emote, and then the other thing I want is a starting soon. I think that's what's the starting soon Twitch background, where like you could start the stream and it just says starting soon, so it gives time for people to like come in for a minute. But it's not like I had to start chattering right away, right? I can still be like sipping cocoa and getting ready and getting comfy, and it just gives people a few minutes to actually join the stream. I want to get one of those soon. That seems really cool. A raccoon horde emote. Just all the raccoons for you guys? Yeah. Yeah, let me know. I wanted to thank everyone for helping me get this a big goal already. So I was gonna let Discord decide whatever the first Twitch emote is, as long as it's appropriate. Okay, I don't want any little naughty raccoon being like, oh, I'm gonna have a Mothman say something NSFW. I'm like, no, that won't be counted, even if you guys vote for it. But as long as it's decent, then yeah, whatever you guys want. I think it'll be really fun. I'm excited. If I take a really big pause like that, I'm just taking a sippy. I'm taking a sippy. Everyone hydrate with some hot cocoa. But yeah, otherwise, if you guys just want to hear me yapping away while I work, I think I'm just gonna keep getting some work done on this script. I think this is just some really nice comp times, I think I'm like just trying to process how fast everything has gone. I think okay, wait, I'll give you a second. It's okay. I believe in you, Noxley. You can get it. Accidentally hit enter. If you ever see me type in something really, really wonky, it's actually sometimes it's me, but full disclosure, sometimes it's the cats. One time, okay, I had to write. This was during when the pandemic stuff was happening, right? And so everyone was laid off for a while, and then they were like, oh wait, this is more than like a little while. We actually want everyone back in. We're gonna name retail workers and supervisors as like essential workers. And I was a supervisor at a store, and what happened was they then sent me. So I had been off work for the few weeks, and then they were like, actually, we want to make profit. So then they sent it out to like the big higher ranking ones, like the minimal amount of people, which would have been the managers and then me as a supervisor, to open up the store again. And so this big, my boss's boss's boss, I think that's how high up she was, sent the email to me, right? She sent me this email asking, right, me to come back to work. And asking for the different stuff and what the job duties would be in the waking hours, and asking for me to like, pretty please come open the store. We need workers, please. We don't want to keep having weeks without money. And I had to really think about it. I ended up deciding not to join the workforce again at that time, because we were still worried. And I went to go email her back, right? Because she asked me like to email her back whether or not I would go back to the store or not, and if I could start that week, because they wanted money. And I opened up my response email, right? Because you had to start typing that. And this is again to my boss's boss's boss, right? This is multiple bosses up above me in the corporate ladder. And I typed in the word I, and I was going to be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I don't feel safe at this time returning to work. I'm still really worried about like global issue stuff. I got as far as I, and then one of the cats jumped up on my keyboard and they actually hit enter. So at first I'm like, oh, okay, they're probably keyboard smashing, whatever. And I pick up the cat and I'm like, silly kitty, and I like give them kisses and I like throw them off the laptop and I'm like, whatever. And then I go to look and like, no, it says I. And then it's sent. It's a fully like sent email to my boss's boss's boss, just saying I. And I'm like, oh no, okay. I freak out for like a second. Then I'm like, oh, okay, it's okay. She probably hasn't seen it yet. I'll just really, really quickly, right? It's been less than a minute. I'll just really, really quickly do a follow-up email and write her back being like, oh, I'm so sorry. By the way, my cat hit sent early, but yeah, I won't be joining the workforce again. before I could finish the first sentence, and I was a fast typewriter because I was panicking. I was panicking. I'm a fast typer. Before I finished the first sentence, she must have been on her email already because she already saw it, and she sent me back an email saying that there seems to be an issue on my end. On me as in Cryptid, not on her end. The boss seems to be an issue on Cryptid's end here. Please resend notice. This is not acceptable for either decision. We do not know what your response is yet. And I was like, I'm so sorry. My cat hit enter, please. And in my head, I'm like, please don't fire me. I mean, I know I'm not coming back to work, but please don't fire me. But by the way, I'm kind of quitting. Oh no. I felt so worried. Man, so yeah, I've done a lot worse. Hitting send early. I've hit send early to my boss's boss's boss. Oh. You think you're gonna finish your bookshelf? I'll send in Discord when it's done. That will look so nice. I noticed you had like it's like an L-shaped bookshelf too to like kind of close off your like your desk space, and I'm like, oh, that looks so nice. That looks so good. It probably I watch a lot of like the feng shui shorts and the TikTok guy, right? He does a lot of feng shui stuff, and I'm like, oh, that must make you feel so nice and like secure from the ninjas and the monkeys and stuff, right? It's like it has one side protected. I'm like, that's good. That's some good stuff. How's this for cryptid lore? Everyone online insists Canada is not a real country, and if a large group of people is skeptical that Canada is real, that means all Canadians are cryptids. Oh my goodness. So Canadians are cryptids, huh? Oh my goodness. um, hmm. Well, let's see here. What's some stuff we have for other cryptids? We have people posting online and to different like documentary type things, trying to be like, oh, here's footage of Bigfoot. Here's footage of the Loch Ness monster, right? And it's like really blurry, grainy photos. So do we have blurry, grainy photos of alleged Canadian sightings? Like if you type in, blurry photo of Canadians, do you see blurry photos of Canadians being debunked and being proven as true? Like, no, that's not a Canadian. That's actually my neighbor in New York. If so, then maybe Canadians are cryptids then, if they're doing the same stuff. Brad, so epic gold today. I was just talking about that. I don't remember where you are, Kia, but I was saying like, oh, it's actually a cold day here in Central Florida. It's the first actually chilly day. It's so exciting. I'm not sweating. It's like a first day, and for Floridians, we get a handful of days a year where you can go outside and hang out outside and not sweat. And right now it's chilly enough that it's like, yeah, I went outside, I took a walk, I didn't sweat afterwards. That's just a Minnesotan. Yeah. See, you get it. Um, so how's it going? It's going pretty good actually. I think I'm kind of just in a yapping about anything mood. I'm not really feeling the mood to write too much. I'm just in a yapping kind of thing. I'm still in a I'm still just kind of in shock. You guys, we reached 25 followers. I reached all the other requirements to reach affiliate, and now we have 25 followers. Like little Cryptid here might be an affiliate in a couple of hours when Twitch checks it out. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that so crazy? I never expected this. Yeah, you're in Central Florida as well. Okay, yeah. Did not like this 50-degree weather. Oh, congrats on making it. Thank you. Yeah, I think I'm just kind of in a daze. Like, what do you mean? Is this real? Oh my goodness, to start from telling Roots, oh yeah, it's okay if I'm cringe and I'm not very good at streaming because no one will watch my streams because I'm new and nobody watches like new channels. It'll take like months before I get a few viewers. That's what everyone says. It's like, wow, guys, we already have a little community here. We already have a Discord. I'm learning how to use stuff on Discord. I'm talking about emotes. I'm talking about getting a stream starting soon background. Like, holy shit, you guys. We did it. Oh, man. It's exciting. It's exciting. I'm still... I don't know. I might sound like silly and depressed. I'm just like in shock still, so I'm sorry if that's like silly. You could always check. Look at the Google Doc. Okay. So I haven't checked it yet. I'm gonna check it live here on stream, right? So I'm just making sure everyone was a good raccoon, right? That there's nothing like inappropriate on it. Everything's good. It's just about our happy fox and raccoon and lamb deer, and it's all good. Let's go ahead here. I'm opening up the Discord now. I don't want to try that. I'm gonna go to, I think it was story submissions. Streams. Story submissions. And then the Cryptid Crew collab. So I go do that. I know you're not seeing it. I'll have screen share on in just a second. Change account. I'm gonna go through the Cryptid Roots email. Okay. Oh, can I wait, I might have to do in a different thing. Hold on. Sorry the screen goes. I'll show this for now. I will open up. How can I show this without showing my other tabs? I'm getting anxious. It's just me, yeah, nothing rated R. Okay. Thank you for double checking. You know, just whenever you see things on live on stream before, like, I know everyone in my raccoon chat's been really good so far, but you know, I always like to just make sure like everything's on the up and up. You know, I don't ever accidentally want to make a mistake or show something I shouldn't on stream. You know. How do I show this? So I have it up on my third monitor, but it's separate. It's not connected to the others, and I need it on my first monitor actually. So I'm gonna go here. Maybe the Discord is here. Hopefully I'm logged in on this one. Oh no, I don't think I am. Please no. Please no. Maybe this works? Shit. Oh man, it's trying to do a 6-digit verification code. No, never mind. I'm sorry. Discord, don't yell at me, please. Please, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for trying things. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for looking at things. So if I do this, if I have it on my third screen, can I make my OBS on the second monitor? No, I can't. Maybe, okay, OBS is going to... You're gonna see lo-fi. There we go. Yeah, there we go. I have it that way. You guys are gonna see lo-fi. Please, no. I can't log in here. Roots made up the passwords. I don't know what my password is for Discord. Roots is already asleep. No, I can't wake them up. I'm trying to be a good big sister. They're trying to have a healthy, like, sleep schedule. Okay. So, okay, I can see it. I just can't share it. I can't share it. Okay. Yeah, they're asleep. They're asleep. They're being a good raccoon. They have staying up late for me for streaming has been throwing off their sleep schedule, and they have important raccoon stuff to do every day. They have raccoon business. They had to meet and do official business stuff with other raccoons every day at their raccoon job. So that they're trying to go to sleep earlier, so that they just do the mod stuff until it's time for them to go to bed now. So I can see it. I just can't share my screen with it. So the screen is still gonna be my Word document. But okay, we're just gonna hear. I'm gonna paint a picture. We're gonna paint a picture of the Cryptid Crew collab. Okay, pick a color and write ideas. Ooh, Ink's color is purple. Okay, so you're gonna be purple. Could I? Is it lame if I'm just black? I will. Maybe I could do. Okay, I can do that. I'm gonna choose. What would work well with purple? What works well with purple? Is it no? Blue's too similar. Blue's too close. That'll be confusing. I will be green. That's gonna be my green text. Yeah, I'm in. See, I'm writing stuff. I'm testing out my colors. I'm testing it out. So I'm gonna choose the green text. The green text. That's what I was doing there. So I'll put Cryptid. Color is green. That's mine. Oh wait, maybe I should have done blue because my model's blue. Oh wait. Yeah. Okay. Here. It's gonna be blue. Hold on. I need to choose a blue. What's a good blue for me? Is it this blue? Is that pretty close? On my monitor, it looks pretty close. It looks pretty close to my little model's skin color. So I chose a blue. I chose a blue one. You're right. It should match me. It should match. So lamb, deer, raccoon, fox is a found family, and they are being haunted, or they are being haunting. Okay, that one might be a little confusing. So they're either haunting others or they're being haunted. Okay. Lamb, deer is a girl named Cove. Fox is a girl named Meadow. And raccoon is a boy named Stallone. Okay. I think it was other names before. Okay. That's good. It's a good blue. Yay. The talking animals, so they're all talking, get banished because people think they are demons. Or a character that is a demon girl. So there might be like a demon girl talking with them. So either the animals are demons, or there's a demon girl talking with them. A curse. She dies on her birthday if she doesn't find a soulmate. Building a treehouse town? Garden area, medic girl, witchy girl, not evil witch, demon horns, and a found family. Okay, so these are all like the concepts. These are all like the plot ideas, the different ideas we might be playing with in our head. I'm not quite. Is it more? Is the tone of it, since they're like a found family? They're these cute little animals. Is it? Are we writing a story for like a younger audience? Is that what it is? We could do it for like a younger audience. And I think then like the animals are cute enough for it. They could go on an adventure. There could be something at the treehouse, and it could be good for like a. Wait, like Snow White? What part of it is like Snow White? The found family like Snow White, where like she's friends with all the dwarves. She becomes friends with all the animals. I don't know. I don't know if the demon girl is like. Is that like too many things happening? These ideas I'm just writing down. We can delete things. I'm just brainstorm. Okay. Got it. This is our brainstorm. Yeah, I'm wondering if the demon girl is like maybe like an extra thing that doesn't quite fit with the vibe. If we're going for like a younger audience, and these are like cute animals, they're gonna go on an adventure together. There could be cute shenanigans with like a tree house, and them solidifying their family role. And yeah, I think that could work. But then with that vibe, I'm not sure if a demon girl kind of fits that vibe. If I'm picking up what you're putting down, you know what I mean? So maybe this is like a. It's not YA. That's young adult. What's it? Is it K through 12? Is that what it is when it's for? I don't write a lot of stuff for younger kids. I read a lot about murder, witches, and sacrifices. Oh my goodness! But is it like a K through 9 or K through 12 when it's written for something for like a younger audience, for like children? And that a lot of those ideas, right? The lamb girl, the fox girl, a raccoon boy, that all sounds really, really cute. And it could even have like really, like if it ever got illustrated, and there would be like pictures on the side of it, of them going about and doing whatever the little adventure is, in the forest, right? Maybe running away from society and joining the forest and the different other animals they meet there. That could be really, really cool, right? That could be fun. I'm going back and forth between my Twitch screen and then the Word document. Oh my. This is a little, I wasn't thinking about younger kids. Oh, okay, so this was supposed to be more like YA or adult. It was supposed to be YA or adult. Yeah. It could be. If it was more adult, then okay, that could explain like a demon girl. That could explain demons being in it if it was for an older audience. But oh, oopsie, I scrolled through chat. I rolled up the chat. What kind of ways? I normally like young adult. Okay, so like teens and older teens. Okay. What part of it do you want to skew towards like that older audience? So are these, you say it's like a fox girl and a raccoon boy, like they're girls and boys. Are the animals teenagers then? Is that why it's YA? Or is it just the demonic girl is a teenager? Because normally if it's YA, then normally at least the main characters are normally in the YA age range. You normally don't write like YA and the main character's like 7. So demon girl, I like to flip stereotype. When you think demon, you think they're evil, but she's not evil. Yeah, she's probably just like me. She just has like demon horns or something, right? She just is a demon, but she's this girl with these cute animals. Okay. So what part of it's gonna be? What part of the adventure is like, oh, this is why this is for teenagers. This is for young adults. Because so far, like the cute little animals. You didn't think about this? No, but I really like the cute animals, right? I think that's a really strong vision. I think those three together, the lamb deer girl, the fox girl, the raccoon boy, they're in this forest, they're going on adventure, there's building a treehouse town. That stuff is a really strong, clear image. That part is clear. That part's very cohesive. That part works together. And the part of it that stands out a little bit, that's a little harder, is adding an older teenage demon girl and adding the curses and stuff, right? And making it YA. So I'm wondering if what you're really excited about is the demon girl and the YA, then like focus on that. But if the focus is on these cute animals and them being on this adventure and facing persecution and running away and finding other animal creatures like them, that sounds a little younger, and it's a very good clear image. I'm not saying that's bad. To me, that's like the really interesting part. But I think right now these might be two separate ideas. What if they are being hunted like everyone else is hunting them? Yeah, and even then, I think it could be very, very fairy tale-esque if they are these animal-like children. The town has turned against them. They're gonna hunt the animals, and the little animal deer, the fox and the deer and the raccoon now have to flee together, and they're gonna form strong friendships, and they're almost gonna be like brothers and sisters, and they're gonna flee to the woods, and maybe they come across other but scarier animals. So they think, oh, the humans don't like us, maybe the animals will, but maybe they run into like the scary animals, right? Like a big scary bear, right? Because these are little animals. This is a deer and a fox and a raccoon. Maybe they meet big animals. That's like the bear, and the bear is like, no, all the berry bushes in this part of the wood are mine. You can't have the berry bushes. Get out, and chases the animals away. And maybe there's a really big scary like bird owl monster. The bird owl monster's like, no, I eat small animals like you for dinner. What do you like? I never did all animal main characters. That'd be cool. They can meet one more animal to join them. If it's joining them, then that's a cast of 4. That kind of starts getting into a big main cast. It can work. Where do we see that? We see it in Avatar: The Last Airbender does it eventually. They start with a group of 3, and then eventually, once those characters are really, really strong, then they add in the 4th character, who's Toph, and then they also later on, like, slowly extend the cast with Zuko and Suki, right? But that normally takes a lot of time. You have to really, really have solidified your core characters and slowly add in those other ones to handle it well. Doing it from the start and not having too much time to play with, sometimes a bigger cast of 4 feels a little clunky. It feels a little too big. Like if they started Avatar: The Last Airbender with Toph already there, that's a lot of characters to do. That's the 4 main cast, whatever the antagonist is dealing with Uncle Iroh, and then whatever villagers they meet, whatever NPCs they meet for that episode. It then becomes a big cast, right, when you add it all up. But you can have like a core group of 3 is pretty solid. It's pretty solid. And I'm just scrolling back and forth and I'm like, oh, okay, you're already editing the Google Doc. But yeah, I think if like the humans chase them out, and so they're like, oh, okay, we'll go to the forest, there'll be animals. There'll be animals there that are nice to us, right? Because we're part animal, part people. We're like little kids that are part animal. They go to the woods, they see the animals, but then the big scary animals are like, actually, we don't like you either. You're eating my berry bushes in the forest. You look like a snack pack to me, right? I'm a carnivorous animal. I would eat you guys. Right? The other animals might be mean to them, and then you're right. They could even eventually find a spot in the forest where somebody, either a human or an animal, right? Maybe it's even another human animal hybrid like them, but who's an adult. And she's just like, oh, like, yeah, I was like you guys once. I got lost in the woods and I made my home here. You guys can stay with me. And she lets the little animal people live with her. That's gonna be their safe spot in the woods. Oh my goodness. Right? That I mean, and I think the strong images you had of like these little animal people, right? That was what the clear image was. That was the really, really cool thing, right? Of like these little animals, they're rejected by society. They join the woods. Things don't go well for them right away, right? Because that's the challenge. That like these other creatures don't like them, and then eventually they had to find a good place for them to belong. They had to find a home altogether. Um. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. That's what I gotta say. But honestly, should we, after you're done editing that, should we call it a night tonight? I'm kind of feeling in shock still, and I'm also feeling really, really chilly. Kiel wasn't lying. It's very chilly in Florida tonight for our little Floridians. Um, so I want to get all comfy and cozy. I want to take a hot shower. I want to get all cozy in my bed soon. I'm kind of a tired cryptid. I kind of can't believe everything that happened today. Um, what name you like for human girl? I'm not sure. I'll let you decide it. I'm not the best with names. It takes me a while to decide on names. Yeah, so you give me different name ideas. I'll choose one. What is is Lily taken? Let me see here. We have Cove, Meadow, Stallone. What about Lily? So it could be Meadow and Cove and Lily. So they're all kind of nature names. Is Lily is it not unique enough? It could be something else. There was a lot of nature names with the others, and I'm like, oh, maybe we should do another nature name. I don't know. It was just an idea. I'm not hard set on it. But yeah, otherwise, let's pause my lo-fi beats. That's my chilly lo-fi beats for Ghost. And we're just past the 2 hour mark, and I feel like I've been a little bit boring this stream. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been as interesting and exciting. Um, Fern could be cool. Fern could be a good name. Um, I like Fern. I like Fern. That could be good. But if Lily's too basic, if you think my Lily name is too basic, then yeah, I like Fern. Fern's good. But yeah, I feel like I feel like I'm not as entertaining tonight. I think I need to get some sleep and then I can be more entertaining for you guys next stream. Does that sound good? And next stream maybe Twitch would update and it'll be the first time Cryptid appears to you as an official Twitch streamer, as an official affiliate. Oh my god. I can't believe that happened. Unlike not as a fun entertaining stream. I would really like to if I can find the time tomorrow. I think I might be getting a little burnt out from the live stream and the writing. So I think tomorrow I might try and play a game, and then after that we'll resume the writing if that's okay with everybody. So we'll do a game tomorrow and maybe some writing, but then after that we'll definitely pick back up with the writing. Um, just because like sometimes it gets really anxiety inducing like live streaming all of my stuff. And I'm getting really good at it, and it definitely gets easier each time, and I'm glad I'm doing it. But it is scary seeing like the roughest, the untidiest, the worst form that your writing will ever take in your live streaming it with everybody. It's a little spooky scary. So I think tomorrow maybe I'll just do a game. I'll just do a relaxing game for a bit, and then we'll get back on with the write. That'll be my little recharge day, and and then we'll get back to writing and telling our fun stories. I'm excited. Thank you guys for hanging out with Cryptid for as long as you have. This is a really big like goal of mine. I'm really happy we accomplished this. And if you have any cool ideas for what you want to see being streamed, or topics about writing or editing that you want me to talk about, let me know in the Discord, you know? Three characters are girls, lol. You made up all the characters. You made up all the characters. This was you. You made three of them girls. Should it be a raccoon girl too? Should they just all be girls? Or are you just gonna go into like the cozy like girl vibes? Girl power? Three little animal girls go into the woods? We could. We could be very girl empowering, right? Girl raccoon. We need more girl raccoons in media. A lot of raccoons in media are taken over by boys. Yes. um More girls. So have like a cute, cozy, like girl animals going into the forest and finding their home. I think that could be very cute. And it's a lot cuter than my sacrificial murders and killing her family members, which is what I'm writing about currently. But yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. I hope everyone stays warm tonight. I hope everybody is comfy and cozy and that you have a good night and you get lots of good sleep. Um Thank you again, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, all right? Goodbye. Goodbye.